Tomorrow, many will celebrate, but many more will mourn. Because for centuries, this nation has deprived Black and Native communities the right to their humanity and the right to life. I am the child of refugees and an immigrant to this country. My parents went from dodging bullets for me to hoping that bullets wouldn't find a home in my body. Seas away from our home. We went from one war to another. This is the reality of life for Black people in America. I thank each and every one of y'all for being here today, but I want y'all to learn more about why you're here. Again, Fridays for Freedom is a collective of Black youth and our allies fighting for Black liberation, and we do so in partnership with PDX Black Youth Movement, and we couldn't be here without the support of Don't Shoot Portland, Snack Block PDX, and the Black Order, among many others. So can you please give them a round of applause? Fridays for Freedom started out of an open letter that I drafted for Portland City Council to defund the Portland police by at least $50 million. That letter was signed by 110 Black youth in the city of Portland. As we know, City Council did not heed our demands, and so Fridays for Freedom, as you guessed, is going to be out every Friday until the general elections, marching for Black futures. But we deeply believe that a protest without demands is an empty threat. PDX Black Youth and Fridays for Freedom have put together a list of policy goals, 15 to be exact. 7 of them are in the areas of policy. 1, defund and disarm PSU police. 2, write in Teresa Rayford for mayor. 3, reopen the cases of Patrick Kimmons and TT Gully. 4, strike the negligence claims in Kwani's Hayes' case. If you don't know what a negligence claim is, that is when the Portland police basically said that Kwani's Hayes and his family were responsible for his death. 5, we want city officials to start and fund a Black, Indigenous, and people of color youth council to inform them on major budget cuts and decisions within the city limits. 6, implement processes of better investigation for missing Black, Indigenous, and people of color. And finally, 7, increase city contracts for low-income housing to combat displacement and gentrification. Earlier today, we had an aggressor rip up posters at our poster station and write 2 things. One of them saying, "I eat expletive." I think most of y'all can guess what that is. And first of all, that's vile. We respect women, and especially missing and murdered Indigenous women and Black women. KOIN Salu was killed by her assaulter in Florida after fighting for Black men, after fighting for Black lives. So say her name. Say her name. Say her name. He also managed to write a White Lives Matter sign. And so this is why we fight, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to hear y'all scream, Black Lives Matter. I want to hear y'all scream, Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter!
So when we are in the streets marching, I want you to be this loud, because this is the hate that we are fighting. I want everyone who isn't marching to hear you. I want to see all your faces every Friday until November. And I want to see y'all invite more people. We are fighting 2 pandemics. White supremacy is a pandemic that has and will affect us longer than COVID-19. So I just have 2 questions for y'all. Do we want the white supremacist culture and pandemic to end? Do we want the white supremacist pandemic and culture to end? Do Black Lives Matter? Do Black Lives Matter? Okay.